What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Joel Friday TV podcast. I am Joel Friday. Bienvenido. Welcome to the show. It is Monday. No, it's not. Sorry, I'm distracted here. Man can't multitask. At least this one can't. It is Tuesday. We are live on YouTube and on IG. Quick announcements before we get started. Hit that like button, smack it, lay the smack down on the like, subscribe, and share button. Tell your peoples about the show so we can get the subscribers up and the message out. Help a brother out. Do it now. As you guys know, this is a talk show, so you can call in during the show at any time. 888-775-3773, 888-775-3773, and we can talk about whatever you want. Today's show, last week's show, yesterday's show, I'm here for it. We can get into it. Agree, disagree, whatever you want to do. If for whatever reason you can't call in, but you still have a question or comment or you want to support the show, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JoelFridayTV or go directly to the YouTube chat, hit the super chat button, send your question or comments there. I'll read them live on air. Amazing stuff. The Buy Me a Coffee link is in the description as well. Nice. Lord have mercy. I got some clips for you guys today. I got some clips. We're going to get into it. Because there's some delusion going on, and we got to get into it. So, man, I got a bunch of stuff. Oh, shoot, I forgot to get one. That's okay. It's all good. So, how y'all doing? Shout out to the IG chat, Lions Den. Shout out to the YouTube chat, the Snake Pit, and the mods as well. Shout out to the mod squad. What's going on, y'all? Appreciate it. Holding it down. Much love. Let me bring this over here. Boom. So, there's a lot of delusion going on in the White House and in the world. And I want to talk about it. I want to show you some clips because we all seen the debate. Maybe not everybody, but a lot of people seen the debate. And it was pretty evident. But, it didn't take the debate to kind of know about Joe Biden's decline. And when I say decline, I just mean age. The other decline is up for debate. That's a form of opinion. But as far as the age goes, I mean, that's pretty evident. Pretty undisputable that he's getting up there. He's getting old. And it's natural and normal. Well, not for everybody. Everybody does it at a different age, right? But still, it's not abnormal that the man is getting older and slower. But there seems to be a different view, no pun intended. You'll see what I mean when I say that. But there seems to be a different view that the world seems to have on Biden's physical appearance. And I'm just starting to think that maybe me and the JLP network and maybe a few of you guys are the only ones that are seeing the truth, but are being honest. That to a point that it's almost kind of scary that I have to even say this, that I have to point this out. And it kind of makes you question a lot of things. But we're going to get into it because it's I guess, necessary to point out the obvious now. I guess we have to actually point out the obvious to people because clearly it's not already obvious. So let's point out the obvious, okay? This is from YouTube. First Lady Jill Biden speaking to an audience regarding President Joe Biden's debate performance at a post-debate rally. We're going to get into it. Here's the first clip, and we'll make sense of it. Here we go.
I saw in him then the same character that I see in him today. And even though he has faced unimaginable tragedies, his optimism is undaunted. His strength is unshakable. His hope is undeterred. And over the last few years, Joe has helped heal our country, helping us all recover from the chaos of the last administration. We don't choose our chapter in history, but we can choose who leads us through it. And at this moment, with these perils the world is facing, there is no one that I would rather have sitting in the Oval Office right now than my husband.
Listen. Why do they insist on just flat out lying to the man? Why do they just, like, he looked lost up there, right? And I'm not saying that he's actually lost. But he looks lost because he's old. The man's old. Let him go to sleep. Let him rest. And then they're sitting up there lying. You know, the man looks out of it. It's sad. It's a sad thing to see. Because they think, who they think they're fooling? Well, they are fooling. They're fooling people. The man look. Listen, it's elder abuse. That's what it is. It's elder abuse. And I'm not just cracking jokes here. I'm genuinely serious. I'm dead serious. This is elder abuse. Not only that, my grandpa, I used to live with my grandpa for a long time. And my grandpa was older than Biden when I was living with him. He was in his, I guess not too far off, late 80s, early 90s. And my grandpa used to fall all the time, like Biden does. My grandpa used to forget things like Biden does. And it was just because he was old. He was getting old. But my grandpa was retired. You know what I mean? My grandpa stayed home. He wasn't trying to run a country. It's so insane how this is even happening. I think I have an idea why this is happening. And I'm gonna get to it at the end. But it's just insane. And we're just seeing it. But let's breeze through these clips. And then we'll go from there. Let me see. This one's from The View. Joy Behar says it irritates her when people talk about Joe Biden's age, and she explains why. Here we go.
One of the things that keeps sticking to him, which irritates me, is that about his age.
I
about
know.
his age. I have met him a couple of times. He seems right on top of it. I said to him last time he was here, do you work out? He said yes.
Yes.
Every day?
Mm-hmm. Yes, every day.
What do we have to do to tell people that the man is competent, alert, and doing the job? The other one is doddering and doesn't remember anything. Yeah. And can't put a sentence together and has like brain farts in the middle of a paragraph, and they go after Joe.
Who are we talking about here? She said that there's brain that Biden is alert and Trump has brain farts and doesn't know how to. Who are we talking about here? Who are we talking about here? Because like, are we serious? And The View is a popular show. People love to watch The View. Like, who are we talking about here? And they're literally telling you, Joe Biden is, she just said, clear, strong, he works out. But Trump is lost and forgets his words. And it, like, if you're gonna put down Trump because that's the opponent and you don't agree with his things, that's fine, do that. But find legit things to put down. Don't actually use the ones that apply to the candidate you're voting for and use them on the candidate you don't want to vote for. Like, be a little bit smarter about trying to get people to vote for the person you want them to vote for. Like, how insane does it get? Like, completely insane. So there's that. And here's where the first lady praises Joe Biden and puts down Trump. The first lady.
And they go after Joe.
Well, you know, this election is not about age because, like you're saying, I mean, Donald Trump's going to be, what, 78?
78, yeah.
And Joe's 81. They're basically the same age.
Right.
So, but it's about character. This election is about character. Yep. So you have two choices. You have my husband, Joe, who you all know, who has integrity. He's strong. He's steady. He's a leader. He's smart. He's energetic. Or you have chaos.
That's right.
Yes, or you have chaos.
Right.
His own wife. He's strong. He's energetic. Own wife lying up on TV and expecting the people to believe it. And guess what? The people believe it. Flat out lying. And not even like sneakily lying. Not even like strategically lying. Not even like deceptively lying. Flat out. Straight up lying. As if you don't have eyes. Strong, energetic. Like, listen, hype up your husband. You should. The wife, hype up your husband and praise him and do those things. But praise the things that are true. Find other things you can praise him for. Not flat out lie. This is like, it's, I don't even know what to think about it. Like, and I'm watching it and I'm like, there's no way that this is like not a skit. There's no way this is not a skit. And how they get away with it. Flat out lie. Here is where Joe Biden tells the audience and viewers after the debate, your choice will be clear. Here we go.
And, I think the American people deserve a debate because you need to see your choices. You need to see Trump and you need to see the president and you need to see the differences. And my husband's, and you're going to see how smart he is and the experience he has. And then you'll see somebody who, like you're saying, I'm going to use Joy's words, can't put a sentence together. Right. And everything is beautiful and it's wonderful.
Tremendous. Big league.
Yeah, tremendous. Yeah. So I think the American people deserve to see the two men who are running for this office because your choice is going to be clear.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the truest thing she said the whole time. Your choice is going to be clear, and it's clear. It's pretty clear. It's pretty clear. But then let me go back to another lie. She said that to a person who can't even put together sentences, like, what do you mean? Your husband can't put together sentences, Jill. You know this. So why are you going to try to act like Trump is the one? It's the weirdest thing. I've never seen delusion like this. This is like, I don't even know what to call it. Very clear, but then they're acting like, and it's sad for Joe, which I don't feel bad for him at all, right? Because you shouldn't feel bad for anybody. But it's sad for him because not one person, they're willing to sacrifice his health for the sake of, in the name of saving the country or because they don't like Trump or all these things. But this man is unhealthy. And they're talking about saving souls, save America's soul, and love in America and all that stuff. But you're not showing that to the very person that you guys want to represent the country. He can't put together sentences. And that's not to say he's not smart. He seems like he's a smart guy, especially him being in office for so long. He knows some stuff. He's a smart guy. There's no denying that he's not a smart guy. But let's be honest here. He can barely put sentences together. His voice is going out. But yeah, she's going there and saying my husband is energetic, full of life, holds his sentences together. Unlike Trump, he knows how to speak. He knows what. Who are we talking about? But they don't care. They'll still put Biden up there. Why? And this is just my opinion. I could be wrong. The only reason why they do it is because they hate Trump so much. They will sacrifice Biden's health because they don't want Trump in there. They don't love Biden. They don't. Not one Democrat loves Biden. They just hate Trump. That's it. Because if these people were his friends, now there may be some people behind the scenes that are trying to be honest with him, whatever. But in general, if these people really loved him and supported him and cared about him, they say this is not a good idea. But all of a sudden now, since he did so badly at the presidential debate, they're like, oh my gosh, that was so bad. I can't believe. What do you mean you can't believe? The man been falling out. The man been tripping and falling all over the place past few years. The man shaking hands with people who aren't there. The man looking for a chair and there ain't no chair there to sit down. And he's still trying to reach for a chair. Like, what are, he's stuttering while trying to get a sentence out. What are we talking about here? It's delusional. It's insane. It's crazy and it's evil. And then the people go along with it. And the people see it. All y'all see it. But you guys who go along with it, I think it's because you just don't want Trump in there. But you see that Biden is on the decline. He's checked out. He is checked out just because he's old. And I'm not even getting into his character. That's a whole different thing. But that's always can be up to opinion, right? I can say one thing about his character, and somebody else can have a different belief, and we can go back and forth. But I'm talking about what is clear and evident and factual. That her First Lady Jill Biden and Democrats and people on the left and all that stuff are clearly and outwardly, openly are trying to tell you is not true. He's not old. They're basically saying, you see an old man, it's like seeing, they see an old man, I'll just say it like this. They see an old man and they're trying to tell you, as you see the old man, he's not old. He's young. He's young. He's okay. He's not old. The man is asleep. He's not asleep. He's awake. The man is sitting down. He's not sitting down. He's standing up as if you can't see him. And then everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people are like, yeah, oh yeah, Joe Biden, he's got it, he's got energy, he killed that, he did so good. Literally delusional. Literally delusional. So that's what I just wanted to say about that. I just thought that was like so crazy. You know what I mean? And all the signs are there. All the red flags are there. And people just hate Trump. That's just it. That's my conclusion. That's what I believe. People just hate Trump. They don't want Trump in there. Why? They don't even know why. They don't even know why they hate Trump. They don't even know why they hate Trump. Because if you ask them, what are they going to tell you? What are they going to tell you? They're going to tell you, grab him by the. They're going to tell you, he's mean. And the ladies on The View, I can't believe that's a show. I can't even believe that that's a show, that they can sit up there and just lie. And you can see that they have hate. Evidence of hate, clear hate. No love for Trump as a person. Just hate. And they'll lie, even so openly lie and apparently lie, and people will believe it and not even say nothing about it. I don't even know. This is like, it's so crazy. Let me see what you guys are saying about it. King Wesley says Trump helped to start a race war and allows many of your listeners to spew hate. That's also a lie, King Wesley. He did not start a race war. For one, no person can make another person do anything. That's for one. You're an individual and you're responsible for yourself. No one can make you do anything. And for one, if you talk about January 6th, listen, they want to say, well, I'll keep my comments to myself about that for the sake of my YouTube channel. But listen, nobody can make you do nothing. And he didn't start no race war. After this, King Wesley, all the black people, since, I grew up on listening to hip hop and all that stuff. Most of the hip hop songs that I heard and Trump's in there, it's all, as a matter of fact, every hip hop song that has Trump name in there is because they loved Trump, meaning they admired him because he was a businessman, he was tough, he was he was rich, billionaire. They respected him. And this is black people. This is the black hip hop, black culture. So was he starting a race war then? You know what I'm saying? Black people loved him. People think that he's racist because he wants to protect America. And he wants to get rid of the illegals. And he wants to close the borders. And he wants to put up a wall. Does not make him racist. That makes him wanting to protect his country, just like you would protect your family by living in a house that has walls and a fence and a gate. And if anybody comes in without your permission, what would you do? Let somebody come into your house right now with your family without permission in the house. What are you doing? Come on in. Come on. Help yourself to what's in the fridge. Oh, take whatever you want. It's fine. You wouldn't do that. But that's not why people don't like him. No, that's not it. It's because their feelings are hurt about what he says. It's a mess, but listen, at the end of the day, I don't be stressing about this stuff. Like, I come on here and I talk about it because it's so crazy and I had to speak on it, but I don't be caring about this stuff. You know why? Because God is in control. He's been in control, and it's God's plan. Like Frederick says, Frederick in the chat. But let God cook. Let God cook. Let him cook. And that's how I believe. I honestly do not be caring about this stuff. And maybe it seemed like I'm caring about it because I'm getting into it. I don't. Because it also shouldn't be that serious to nobody. It shouldn't be that serious to, and it ain't even that serious to Trump. You know what I mean? Like, he's doing his job, but he's not over here. I'm sure he may have like stress here and there, but I guarantee you he's not stressing like the average person stresses out. Because when you have clarity and you're clear on things, there's nothing to stress out about. You know what I mean? He may feel that outward stress of like think he has to do and make sure he gets things done. But like when you're clear about the direction of where you're going and you know yourself, you're not stressed out. There's nothing to stress about because you know that things, and there's no way after all the favor Trump has had over him through this whole process, the favor of God with him, the grace of God with him, there's no way Trump is not trusting in the process. Because he's getting through so much and breaking through all these challenges and barriers just as one man. And that has to be God. And he knows that. So he ain't stressing like you guys think he's stressing. Oh, he ain't stressing like, well, I won't say that for the sake of my channel. But he's not stressing like that. And these other people, these Democrats and all these other people, they're stressing. You know how I know? Because they have to lie to convince you, because they're freaking out. They're freaking out. They're trying to figure out, we can't let them get this. We can't let them do it. Oh, you know what we'll do? We'll lie. We'll lie. And I don't think they sit down in the corner and they intentionally say, we're going to go lie. But they get so caught up in the mind and their emotions that the enemy, the real enemy, gets in the mind and whisper those lies, and they just attach to it because they're so desperate to not let Trump in because they're so emotional and stressed out and angry and all these things. So they'll get in front of your face and they'll straight up lie to you and tell you something that you can clearly see is not true. But then you'll start to be like, well, maybe it is true, because you ain't thinking for yourself. So anyway, I'm done. Let me get to some calls. 888-775-3773. You can call in if you like. 888-775-3773. Even before J6, the man was allowing so much hatred. I used to love Trump too, but I learned the truth. Hey, you know, anybody is entitled to support who they want and to like who they want, and all that stuff. But you also can't allow anything. You can't allow so much hatred. What does that mean? You know what I mean? I don't even know what that means. Trump allowed so much hatred. I don't even know what that means. Because if we're talking about hatred, there's more hatred against Trump than what he so-called allowed. Oh, let me get to some super chats and then I'll get to the calls. Hold on 1 second, callers. Terry Strains with the super chat. Appreciate it. Terry says, Joel, Friday for president. Hey! Right on, Terry. I'm on my way. I get up there and they'll be like, so, what do you think about policy? What do you think about this policy? And I'll be like, what does that mean? They're like, what? And then they'll ask me, what do you think about, they'll just be asking me all kinds of political questions I don't have answers to. So I'll have to have, I can't be no president. I wouldn't know what to say. I do not know what to say about it. But anyway, I appreciate it, Terry. Right on. That's right. Kale Samogi, the media said all day how lucid Joe is until the debate. Now they act like they just found out. Exactly, Kale. He's so sharp and ready to go. And then when they did the debate, oh my, that wasn't good. That was not good. Shocked, like they're shocked. Boy, my dog knew that one. Man, it's crazy. Let me go to, appreciate it, Kale. Appreciate that. Let me go to Greg, first time caller out of New York. Greg, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Yo, what's going on, Joel?
How's it going, Greg?
All right.
What's going on?
So I just wanted to know what your opinion was of the approach Trump took during the debate. I think what some of us thought were, and what I thought was, he needed to go harder. Like, he needed to kind of be more of an aggressor, but it seems like he was kind of laid back to where he knew that everybody who supported him was already going to vote for him, and he was trying to, win some people over who maybe were undecided or kind of against him, and he didn't want to go against Joe that hard because he's seen his performance and he didn't want to look like a bully. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that he was being wise. He was being smart. He was being professional. And I think that that's his best bet right now, is to just be regular, because he doesn't have to do that. And I think he's being smart about it in the sense of also that he's just letting people see the truth without him having to point it out. Because, for one, a lot of people didn't like him being so boisterous about certain comments. I didn't care about it. A lot of people didn't care about it. And a lot of people actually loved that he was standing up and fighting back, right? But that was then. And I think now we're in a different time, and he's just going with the flow of the times. And then that was necessary, but now that's not necessary. And doesn't mean that he's getting softer or anything. He's just being led by the moment. And this moment, in my opinion, says to let people see it for themselves, just be professional, get in the office and do what you have to do, instead of trying to just play this like name call, poke at.
Match.
Yeah, poke at things that people already know are the truth. You know what I mean?
So you didn't think at all during the debate or slightly after it that he went a little soft? Did you think that at first at all, or no?
No, I didn't think it was soft. I think that he did what he needed to do. He went in there and took it seriously. He went in there and said what he had to say, and made his defense on certain things, the border, immigration, the abortion pill. Like, he made his points, and he knew. I believe he knew that's all he needed to do. And he threw some little jabs in there. He said that he commented on, he said that he didn't even know what Joe Biden's sentence, he said in that sentence. And he made little jabs here and there, but I think he's just being led by the moment, and I don't think he believes that it's the right time to be talking crazy.
All right.
Yeah. But I do know what you're saying, though, Greg, because there's a lot of, we love Trump for him being so bold and brash and just saying like certain things that throwing the punch.
Thinking.
Yeah, exactly. That we're thinking and throwing those punches back, because we've been like taking the punches all these years. So people love that, but he also is more than just a fighter. You know what I mean? He's also somebody who's trying to bring the country back. He's trying to show, and he's showing love to Biden as well by not overdoing it or stomping on him, because his health is really in a decline. Like, this is not just fake stuff. Biden really looks bad. And I don't think it's in Trump's character also to kick at him. So I just think he's just being smart about it.
All right, awesome, cool.
In all honesty, though, what was your first thought?
First off, I thought he was going soft and could have gone way harder, but that's why he was the president, not me, and he's a bit older than I am. I'm 24, so. Oh,
okay. But you love Trump for. Oh, go
I
ahead.
love Trump. Yeah, 2016. Yeah, 2016 Trump is goated as ever, because he immediately said, "Hey, there's a problem with our border. Hey, there's a problem with this terrorism." He would just go at the problem.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. He had energy unlike anybody else.
Yeah.
Anybody. I've never seen it before. So
you know, and you're right though, and I think that's still in him, and we'll see it again. But I think that this is just my opinion. He got a lot of backlash for like little jabs that he threw back then that were funny and fun, and people loved it. But it also cost him a lot of credibility. Even though not to anybody who's really paying attention, but in general. And I think that some comments just can be left unsaid. And at this point, we're in a real crucial time in him getting the vote. And so I think that he's just holding back on those like little jabs just to be sure that he can get in there and really do what's needed to be done, opposed to just trying to make these little comments. But I think that Trump is still in there. And once he get in there and he's more solidified, I think, we'll see that side of him again for sure.
All right.
But
cool talking to you.
I appreciate it, Greg. Call me again. How'd you hear about the show?
So, I think I saw clips of JLP, and then I heard about his 24-hour radio network, so I looked at all the different hosts, and I found your show. And then it was interesting to hear that apparently you have interracial parents. Is that true?
Yeah.
What was I was going to ask you about that. It's kind of off topic, but what was that like?
What do you mean? Like, how did I grow up?
Yeah, because I didn't get to experience that. And then when I was little, I think I told this to Hake or somebody, but when I was little and in kindergarten, I went to kindergarten in Georgia, and there was a lot of black kids. Like, I was the only white man in my class, but there was this other kid named Isaiah, and he had interracial parents, and he seemed just like everybody else. It's nothing different or anything. So I was just wondering, what you thought about it.
You know what? I hear a lot of mixed people say that they have struggles with this or like they had problems. Maybe they did. I don't know. But I think I never identified. I was taught never to identify with the color thing. I always went to schools that were. I went to a black school at one point to where like I wasn't black enough, that's for sure. And I went to a white school to where I wasn't white enough, that's for sure. So I did experience that. But even then, growing up, I never looked at anybody else and thought like, oh, I'm black and he's white, so there's going to be a weird thing. I just always got along with people. I always had friends that came from everywhere. And I never thought about it. I never really thought too deep on it. And I think it's because I wasn't taught to identify with my color in the first place.
Wow, that's amazing. And then what was I going to say? Nope. Oh, what do you think about what Jesse says about how sometimes maybe the child could be confused about who their father is or something like that? He talks about, because I don't get that because I don't have interracial parents. Do you think people or you have experienced confusion?
Confusion? What do you mean? Confusion how?
I don't know. I've just heard him say you'll confuse a child if it looks different than your parents.
Oh. I think, I always just I look just like my dad. My dad is probably like the same color as me, so I look like my dad, but my mom is very like white skinned. So I'll say in fifth grade, one time, when I went to that all black school, I was like upset because all my friends' parents were black and my mom wasn't. So I guess at that point I was kind of like, well, why aren't you black, Mom? And she was like, I used to be so mad. But, only because I was around so many black people and then I started identifying with that. But all in all, I never felt like anything was missing because of that kind of stuff. So I guess there's a challenge that could be there when you see that, you see other people's parents, but not big enough to worry about it or like
make a big deal about it.
Yeah, like to protest about it or stuff like that. Like, I don't think it's that deep, in my opinion.
All right, awesome. Very interesting and good to hear. I haven't experienced that, and I was wondering what it was like.
Yeah. No, it's not that deep. It's not as deep as the media and all the people in Black Lives Matter and all them say about it and how they make you feel, because they identify with a group. I've never was taught to identify with anything, so I used to watch white actors on movies, and I loved them because they were great at acting, not because they were white or black. So I think it's more about the identity. But I appreciate it.
Sounds cool.
I appreciate it, Greg. Great questions. Call me again.
Will do, sir.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Nice. Let me say this real quick, because I hear C-Sal in the chat. Not here, but I see C-Sal. She's trying to get out of her mod ship. C-Sal, you want to get out of mod ship? I'll mod you right now. You want to get out. If you want to jump ship and you want to be modded by Hake, I'll do. Listen, I'm really just playing. But she did say she wants to get out of mod ship. And, that's fine. My feelings aren't hurt or nothing. I'm just playing. But I do have a lot of mods, so I think she was saying to make it to have less mods or something. So, whatever, sees out. You don't want to be a mod no more, whatever. Nugget Man says your show is a man. She said, I was sacrificing myself, Joel, because the chat was complaining. I'll figure it out. But anyway, let me ask you guys really quick while my last few minutes here is in chat, let me know if the mods that I do have are blocking people or silencing people too much or whatever. Carver, if you're in the chat, you made a image of I think like God cooking up some food, and I love that because I want to put maybe on a shirt and put "Let God Cook" above it. That'd be kind of cool. So Carver, if you have that image, send it to JoelFridayTV@gmail.com. If you have an image of like God cooking a big pot of gumbo, that would be cool too. And I could put it on a shirt. And then I also have another guy who's making the shirt. And it's going to say, "Let God Cook" on it, and maybe an image. So I'm just thinking of some ideas. So if you got some ideas, folks, you can send it to JoelFridayTV@gmail.com. And I'll check them out. What else was I going to say? Oh, I posted a new video on my Instagram channel. And it's like a little funny little skit. I was going to play it for you guys on the show today, but I forgot to grab it. But go run it up for me. Go comment, like, and fake laugh. You know what I'm saying? And run it up on Instagram. It's my recent post. I talked about I did like a little skit on modern relationships. Nothing crazy, but a little something. So go check that out on IG. Amazing stuff. Let me see here. Oh. Vet Nurse says the mean tweets. Yeah, people were mad about Trump's mean tweets, mainly his mean tweets. Just think about it. Just think about it. Just think about being an adult, whether it's me, anybody. Think about being an adult and being hurt by somebody's words on a screen. They ain't paying your bills. They ain't living in your house. They ain't married to you. And yet you care about somebody's tweets. Could you think about that? That should be a reflection on you and not on the person writing the tweet. Don't vote for him then. But maybe the things, if you get rid of being, it kind of has to do with JLP's biblical question. Why do you feel like you got to fight back, right? It's like, maybe you should start reflecting on like, why does this bother me? And maybe you can step back and realize, but what is he saying though? Is he wrong? Is he wrong? You know what I mean? Take the feelings out of it. Jessica with the super chat said, regarding the Biden family, what I see is a huge ego issue. The ego tends to blind things that are so clear to those working on themselves. That's very true, Jessica. That's very true. Ego definitely for anybody, everybody. Nobody's exempt either. You always got to watch yourself. Is that the ego, and I know this for a fact in my own life, is that ego blinds you. It blinds you. It makes you see something that's not true. It makes you believe something that's not true. Because the feelings are telling you, they're speaking to you, right? They're possessing you to believe something. But thank God for awareness is that it helps you see that you feel that. And when it passes, you can see that it was an illusion, right? But nonetheless, ego and feelings and emotions and all those things blind you when you're unaware. So 100%, Jessica. I gotta end. American Anchor Baby's coming in. I ain't got nothing else to say. That's all. Let me get modded. And now I gotta redo my mods. Now my mods don't like me. But I appreciate you guys. I'm back here tomorrow for some more mess. Joel Friday TV across the board. IG, YouTube, all that good stuff. Subscribe to share the JLP network. Everybody across the board, go subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. I appreciate it. Until next time, y'all, I gotta go. Bye.